The countdown clock above the arena reads 40 seconds, and I can hear 100,000 voices go quiet all at once, waiting for me to fall apart. My name is Daniel Whitfield, and I am standing in the center of a stadium built by a species that has never lost a war, on a planet whose name I cannot pronounce, wearing a collar that can stop my heart with a single command. Every seat above me is full. Every seat cost more money than most people on Earth will see in a lifetime. They did not come here for justice. They came here because somebody told them that watching a human break is the finest entertainment in the galaxy, and they believed it enough to pay for front-row seats. I am not going to give them what they paid for. The announcer's voice rolls through the stadium in 6 different languages, all at once, layered on top of each other, so it sounds like the air itself is speaking. It says my name. It says my crime, which was refusing to hand over a research station that did not belong to them. It says my sentence, and the word it uses does not mean death exactly. It means something closer to unmaking, a slow public dismantling, meant to remind everyone watching what happens to anyone who says no to the Velkari Empire. A gate on the far side of the arena slides open, and out floats a machine shaped like a curved blade, humming with a soft blue light. It is not here to end things quickly. It is here to take its time, because time is the whole point of the show. The crowd leans forward as one, the way people lean toward a fire. I have 3 days of thinking behind me. 3 days chained in a cell with nothing to do but plan, and planning is the one thing my species has always been dangerously good at. The blade drone drifts toward me at a slow, deliberate pace, designed to stretch out fear for as long as possible. I do not run. I do not raise my hands in surrender. I stand perfectly still and watch it come, counting the seconds between its pulses of light, because machines like this run on a rhythm, and rhythm can be read if you are patient enough to read it. When it finally closes the distance, I step to the side at the exact half beat between pulses, faster than its tracking expects, and my hand closes around the housing near its base. It is not a fight, it is timing. I twist the casing until a seam gives way, and the drone's light dims, and it drops into the sand behind me, harmless now, nothing more than scrap metal cooling in the heat. For one heartbeat, the stadium makes no sound at all. Then the murmuring starts, confused, uncertain, because this is not how the show is supposed to go. The announcer's voice returns, sharper now, ordering the next device forward, trying to recover the rhythm of the performance before the audience realizes something has slipped. A second drone rises from the gate, this one shaped like a coiling whip of light, meant to wrap around a body and hold it in place while the crowd watches someone struggle uselessly. I let it come close. I let it believe I am afraid, because letting your opponent believe they already understand you is the oldest trick there is. When the whip of light lashes out, I catch it mid-air, wrap it once around my own forearm, and use its own momentum to swing the drone controlling it straight into the stadium wall. It sparks once and goes still. Somewhere above me, in a booth of glass and light, I imagine a room full of Velkari officials staring at screens, recalculating everything they believed about what a human being on the edge of death is capable of. The truth is simple, and it is something they never bothered to learn before they built an entire industry around watching us suffer. Pain, to a human being, is not a stop command. It is information. Something inside us decided a very long time ago that the correct answer to danger is not surrender, but focus. And that decision is written so deeply into who we are that no comfort, no peace, no easy life has ever managed to erase it. It waits, quiet and patient, until the moment it is needed again. The crowd does not know this yet. They are about to learn it in front of 100,000 witnesses. A woman's voice cuts through the noise from somewhere near the control platform, translated instantly into a calm, measured tone that does not match the panic underneath it. Her name, I will later learn, is Ilvara, chief director of the arena, and she is the one who ordered the final device released early, the one meant to end the show no matter what happens before it. The gate opens a third time, and out comes something larger, a containment field shaped like a cage of pale light, designed to close around a target and simply hold them until whatever they are becomes irrelevant. It moves faster than the others, faster than anything should move in an arena built for entertainment rather than actual combat. And for the first time since the countdown began, I feel the old, familiar tightening in my chest that tells me this one is not a performance. I do not step aside from this one. I run straight toward it. Every instinct in the crowd above me seems to scream at once, a wave of sound rolling down through the stands, because running toward the thing that is supposed to end you is not what their idea of a human is supposed to do. But I have watched its light pattern for 6 seconds now, long enough to see the seam where the field weakens for half a breath as it resets its shape, and half a breath is enough if you know exactly where to be standing when it happens. I slide low through the sand, beneath the closing edge of light, and come up on the other side of the cage just as it seals shut around empty air. The crowd's roar turns into something closer to a gasp, one long exhale from 100,000 throats at the exact same moment. The stadium lights flicker, and I understand what that means before the announcer's voice even returns. Someone up in that glass booth has decided the show is no longer a show. The next thing coming through that gate will not care about performance or spectacle. It will only care about finishing what it was sent to do. I look up at the crowd instead of at the gate, because I want them to see my face while they still can, and I ask a question, loud enough that the translators catch it and carry it into every language filling that stadium. I ask them if they came here to watch someone die, or if they came here to see what happens when someone refuses. Nobody answers, but nobody looks away either. The final gate grinds open, slower than the others, heavier, and what steps out is not a drone at all. It is a Valkyrie soldier in full plating, sent down not to entertain, but to correct a mistake, and the crowd's silence deepens into something almost reverent, the kind of quiet that comes right before people expect an ending. I do not move toward him. I let him come to me, because a soldier who is used to winning quickly always makes the same small error. He commits his first step before he has finished reading his opponent, and Daniel Whitfield has spent 3 days doing nothing but reading. When he closes the distance, I step past his lead shoulder rather than away from it, using his own forward motion to carry him past me instead of into me, and he stumbles into the sand where the second drone still lies dead. His plating flashes red, a system telling him the fight is no longer going the way it was designed to go, and for the first time, I see something in his stance that looks almost like hesitation. Above us, the stadium has gone completely silent, no murmuring, no shifting in seats, nothing but 100,000 people watching a single human standing calmly in a ring of broken machines, and one soldier who no longer seems certain of anything. The soldier looks up toward the glass booth, waiting for new orders that do not come, because Ilvara, I will learn later, has frozen at her console, staring at numbers on a screen that no longer make sense to her, numbers that were supposed to predict exactly how this would end. I lower my hands slowly, not in surrender, but so every camera in that stadium can see them clearly, steady, calm, patient. I tell them, in a voice loud enough to carry to the very top row, that they wanted a performance, and they got one, and if they ever decide to sell tickets to watch a human break again, they should remember this arena, this silence, and this exact moment when 100,000 people finally understood that some things are not meant to be entertainment. The lights above the arena dim, one section at a time, as if the stadium itself does not know how to end a show that refused to follow its script. I do not know yet what happens after this. Whether they will send another soldier, another machine, another empty threat dressed up as spectacle. But I know one thing standing in that ring of broken drones and settling dust, with 100,000 strangers staring down at me in absolute silence. They came here to watch a human die. Instead, they watched one decide not to.